Smash the like button if you're not crazy enough or arrogant enough to fumble a potential all-elite wrestling bag from the billionaire money mark Tony Khan like Mr. Evans did. I've seen better talents than him get released by World Wrestling Entertainment, and he's not a Triple H guy.
What's up with you Gen Z kids? You Gen Z kids are so sensitive. Oh my God, what is wrong with Jevon Evans? I'm like, why would you go that far into talking crap about Ricochet and TK? Here's what I mean. What if Isaiah Swerve Scott talked crap about TK when he was in NXT? Where would Isaiah Swerve Scott be at right now as we speak? This is not good. I'm like, bruh, you better apologize. I think Jevon Evans should apologize to Tony Khan Man. Now, you don't have to apologize to Ricochet, but you need to apologize to TK. That's dumb. Bro, are you crazy? Why are you calling Tony Khan a crackhead? That's my job, right? I'm the fan. You're not. You are the fake pro wrestler in a major company. And guess what? Your job is not guaranteed. That's my fucking point. You're a dumbass. If you are giving Jevon Evans a round of applause for burying Ricochet and TK, that's dumb. I'm like, nigga, you can get fired next year. Just ask Patrick Clark. Your job is not guaranteed. Ask Matt Riddle. Ask Braun Strowman. Your job is not guaranteed, you dumbass. Like I said, can you imagine Isaiah Swerve Scott calling TK a crackhead 4 years ago? Do you believe that All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling would sign Swerve? When Swerve called Tony Khan a crackhead, that's my point, right? I'm objective. I'm being objective. Okay, let's put the war aside, right? Let's put tribalism aside for 1 second. Who cares about All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling versus the World Wrestling Federation? This is called common sense. If I'm Jevon Evans, bruh, you gotta keep your mouth shut. You never know who might be your boss next year or tomorrow. Are you crazy? They just cut Cora Jade. They just cut who? Gigi Dolan. You never know when it might be your time. Last time I checked, Jevon Evans, he's not a special talent. Listen, Jevon Evans, he's not a once-in-a-generation talent. Calm down that ego, dog. Don't crash out like Top Dollar. That's my point. Do not crash out. Okay, yes, Shawn Michaels is giving you a push. Okay, be thankful because it's not guaranteed. You might not get pushed on the main roster. We never know. Maybe Shawn Michaels is a huge fan of yours, but we don't know if Triple H is a huge fan of yours. So please, you gotta calm down, man. You gotta play the long game. Don't show your age. That's what you did. Ricochet sunned you. That's what he did. He sunned you. Your ass got worked. You worked yourself into a goddamn shoot. Listen, Ricochet, he's playing a work-shoot character, and you got worked into a shoot. That's pathetic. Like I said, man, I don't know what's wrong with you Gen Z kids, right? Here's my advice to all you Gen Z kids. Do not get into an argument with a millennial. We will sun you and embarrass you, and we will make sure you will make a fool out of yourself. Hence, Jevon Evans. My God, those were cringe, tone-deaf tweets. This guy was bragging about how Shawn Michaels trains him. Hold on, dummy. Ricochet was in that company way longer than you. So I'm like, you ain't bragging. How is that a flex? Shawn Michaels was a huge fan of Ricochet. So, dummy, that's not a flex. I'm like, bro, Ricochet said, I was being mentored by Shawn Michaels when you was 12 years old. That's what I mean. Jevon is tone deaf. How are you bragging? How are you bragging about being trained by Shawn Michaels? Ricochet had his best years on your brand, which is NXT. Bro, keep your mouth shut. Bro, you have not won any championships. So where do you get off talking crap about Tony Khan and Ricochet? Your job is not guaranteed. That's what I don't get. Like I said, Shawn Michaels is a huge fan of Jevon Evans. Hold on though. Last time I checked, Shawn Michaels was a huge fan of Carmelo Hayes. What is Carmelo Hayes doing on the main roster? Shawn Michaels will not help you on the main roster, kid. Yes, kid. I don't know what's wrong with you cocky, arrogant Gen Z weirdos. It's like, where do you get off? Yes, you got Shawn Michaels in your back pocket, but not Triple H. You are not guaranteed to be pushed on the main roster. So please, bruh, you gotta calm down. Anybody who thinks that Jevon Evans cooked Tony Khan and Ricochet, you are the problem. I guarantee this. Where will you be at 5 years, 4 years from now? When Jevon Evans gets released, guess what? Tony Khan will remember those tweets. That's my fucking point. Do not encourage this. You are the problem if you encourage this behavior. This is immature behavior from Jevon Evans. I'm like, bro, you are on TV. I'm not. I can talk crap about Ricochet. I can talk crap about Tony Khan. Why? Because I'm not a fake pro wrestler. So I don't care about burning bridges with all elite fake pro wrestling. That's not my job. I'm not a fake pro wrestler, but you are, right? Which means your job is not guaranteed. Just ask Patrick Clark. By the way, Patrick Clark had way bigger upside than you. So please, you gotta calm down. You are not Patrick Clark. You are not a blue chip prospect. You're not. You're not a blue chip prospect. You are nothing more than a prospect, but you are not a blue chip prospect. To me, Jevon Evans is a poor man's Benjamin Shelton mixed in with Isaiah Swerve Scott. That's what he is. This man has a lot more room to grow. And yes, I do agree with Ricochet. Ricochet would squash you in a fake pro wrestling match, but he was in character when he said that, right? He's playing a work shoot character, and you got worked because you thought he was serious. That's called being a mark. Do not be a mark. Do not burn a bridge with a company that you might have to ask for a job. That's my point, man. Do not burn your next bridge with a potential employer, which is all elite fake pro wrestling. Your job is not guaranteed. Where's Cameron Grimes? Cameron Grimes had a better career than you in NXT. Where's he at? Where's Matt Riddle? Right? Where's Elias? Your job is not guaranteed, bruh. You got some nerve acting like you're a top guy. You're not. You have upside, right? You have potential, but you are not that guy right now. You still have a lot of learning to do. Jevon Evans just turned himself into a slave for the World Wrestling Federation. Here's what I mean. He needs to play nice in the World Wrestling Federation forever until this man gets fired. He needs to play it safe because you just burned your bridge. Now you have no backup plan. All elite fake pro wrestling is built to be your backup plan, and you burned that bridge like a dummy. Tony Khan, he is very spiteful. This means Jevon Evans, he has to kiss the ass of Shawn Michaels. He has to kiss the ass of Triple H until the end of his career in the World Wrestling Federation. That's not good. He's screwed because he has no leverage. He cannot use the all elite fake pro wrestling leverage because TK is not going to offer him a contract. He's done. Dummies. He's not going to be fine after this. What are you talking about? Nobody cares if Jevon Evans has a good career down in NXT. It's all about the main roster. And last time I checked, right? Triple H buries all of Shawn Michaels' favorites. Let me repeat. Triple H buries all of Shawn Michaels' favorites on the main roster. Tell me I'm lying. Jevon Evans, he's screwed because now he has to be a slave. That's what he is right now. He has to be a slave. He has to kiss the ass of Shawn Michaels, TKO, and Triple H until the end of his career because he has no leverage. He has no backup plan. There's no more Tony Khan. He called Tony Khan a crackhead. Are you dumb? Right? Just imagine if timeless, big booty Tony Storm called TK a crackhead. What if Sasha Banks called Tony Khan a crackhead? Now do you get it? Now do you get it? You don't. This is not good. Do not pat Jevon Evans on the back. You are the problem. That's what I mean by Ricochet sunned Jevon Evans. He fell into the goddamn trap. And now he's trapped in the World Wrestling Federation as a slave because he has no more backup plan. Let's say Jevon Evans gets released maybe 2 years from now. What if? Where will Jevon Evans go? Oh, I know, back on the indies. He will not step foot in All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. So get that out of your head. He has no more backup plan. What, maybe 10A? That's about it. He has no backup plan. What, maybe MLW? That's about it. How about the NWA? But not a big company like All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Based on this back and forth with Ricochet and him being dumb enough to take a shot at his potential boss, Tony Khan. You're not supposed to do that. What if Cora Jade took a shot at Tony Khan last year? You see? Let's say Cora Jade called Tony Khan a crackhead last year. And this year, that female got released. You see? Do not burn bridges in fake pro wrestling. You never know who might be your next boss. Take this as advice. Do not look for clout like Jevon Evans. This kid called himself the Tupac of this generation. I'm like, wow, that's cringe. I'm like, bro, you wasn't even born when Pac died. Bro, you ain't Pac. And actually, you wasn't even born when he died. Your knowledge of Tupac starts with YouTube videos. So please, calm down, shut the hell up. You ain't Pac. You don't know Tupac. You wasn't born when Pac was alive. So you don't know nothing about Tupac Shakur. Please, sit down, kid. Because back in 1996, you wasn't even a thought. You wasn't even an idea of being born. So you know nothing about Pac. It's crazy how Shawn Michaels can give you a monster push down in NXT and you think you a top guy. You think you untouchable. You're not. You're not untouchable. All you fanboys of Jevon Evans, you better hope and pray that Triple H sees upside and potential in Jevon Evans, because I don't think so. Shawn Michaels loves Jevon Evans, but not so much Triple H, right? Like I said, Triple H always buries Shawn Michaels' favorites on the main roster. Let's talk about Pretty Deadly. Where are they at? Right? Where's Pretty Deadly? Where are they at? Oh yeah, last time I checked, those two men are jobbers on SmackDown, right? That's my point. Triple H, he's not guaranteed to push Jevon Evans on the main roster. So he better calm down. Now he's trapped. He has to play nice, and now he has to kiss the ass of Triple H when the time comes. Like I said, I'm on team Ricochet. He played and he worked Jevon Evans. Jevon Evans showed his age and his lack of maturity. I can go a step further. What if Dean Ambrose called Tony Khan a crackhead back in 2019? I hope you understand me now. That's my point, right? What if Dean Ambrose did that? What if Chris Jericho did that? What if Will Ospreay did that? This is why Jevon Evans is very immature. You don't burn your leverage. You don't flush your leverage down the toilet, because now Shawn Michaels knows, Triple H knows you have no options. You no longer have the All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling option. And now you are their slave, because now they know you called Tony Khan a crackhead. They know you will never step foot in that company. So now you gotta play by the rules of Shawn Michaels and Triple H. And you better not get on the bad side of Triple H on the main roster when the day comes. I'm sorry, but those tweets that Jevon Evans sent to Ricochet, he reminded me of Patrick Clark, and that's not good. Patrick Clark, man, he thought he was top shit. He thought he was the backbone of the World Wrestling Federation. He thought he had top flight security, right? Remember? He thought he was a top guy that was untouchable. He proved that he's not. Anybody can get got in the World Wrestling Federation, especially Patrick Clark. That man got released based on backstage behavior. Once again, backstage behavior. And Shawn Michaels was a huge fan of Patrick Clark alongside Triple H. Hell, ask Eddie Thorpe. Nobody is safe in the World Wrestling Federation. People are still shocked that Braun Strowman got released. And there's no way in hell that Jevon Evans is more over than Braun Strowman. So that's my point. Jevon Evans, you ain't safe. Don't let your NXT fame go to your head. Because that's the minor leagues. That's developmental. Because on the main roster, you will be booked by Triple H. He's not guaranteed to give you a monster push. Just ask Carmelo Hayes. Also, let's speak facts. Carmelo Hayes, he's better than Jevon Evans. I believe Carmelo Hayes is a multiple-time NXT World Heavyweight Champion. And guess what? Carmelo Hayes is a mid-card guy on SmackDown under Triple H. So just imagine Jevon Evans, when he gets called up, you see, at least Carmelo Hayes has leverage. Carmelo Hayes has a backup plan. He might go to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling if TKO cuts him, right? So he has leverage. He has a backup plan. Now, Jevon Evans, he has no backup plan. Cora Jade has a backup plan. She's going back to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. Gigi, she has two backup plans. All Elite Wrestling and TNA. So this Twitter back and forth, this was a mistake by the young Jevon Evans. And Ricochet worked him into a shoot because Ricochet is a veteran and he's older than Jevon Evans. So he worked him. Also, I just looked up Jevon Evans' size and weight. This man, he is listed as 6'2", but he weighs 170. Hold on, bro. You only weigh 170? So you're tall and you're skinny. What makes you think Triple H is going to push you on the main roster? You're small, you're tall and lanky. There's no superstars currently on the main roster that are tall and lanky. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? You are not a blue chip athlete like Orton, Brock Lesnar, Benjamin Shelton, John Cena, Batista, Braun Breaker, etc. Roman, Rollins. You're not in that category. Bro, let this sink in. Ricochet is bigger than Jevon Evans, body-wise. Listen, when Austin Theory was that age, he was swole and jacked up. Jevon Evans, he's built like the New Day Kofi Kingston. Is that good? Not really. I mean, yes, to be fair, in Kofi's early career, he was jacked up. He had muscles, but for some strange reason, Kofi lost weight and Kofi lost muscle tone. That's Jevon Evans right now as we speak. He's the New Day Kofi Kingston. That's not good because Triple H, he's not pushing Kofi as a singles guy, more so as a tag team fake pro wrestler.